Take a guess at what we're making today. Gelato, guess again. These are mashed potatoes. Fun and also sexy, hot pink mashed potatoes. Not to mention delicious and all natural. The ideal dish for you hungry lovers. Going from plain white potatoes to hot pink potatoes is actually a snap. Looks pretty easy so far, right? Well, the genius behind this dish is my friend Lucia. This is her recipe and I want you guys to meet her.
Chopping the tips and the tails off of the beets. Generally what you want to do is you want to juice them. If you have a veggie juicer, this is great. You would just basically cut the tips off and cut them in half and just slide them in. But if you don't, we're going to do this for you in a blender so you can kind of improvise and still get the benefits of the red beet juice and still end up with pink mashed potatoes, hopefully.
So poor Lucia, I failed at having a juicer, but I did have a blender, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this with the blender. It is a little challenging, but we did get juice in the end. This may be a love dish, but that's definitely not what we want.
What happens if it chops? It doesn't matter, it's still going to do the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
So,
okay.
Let's see what you look like. I spent a lot of time with Jamba Juice. So I've scraped down the sides of the blender, and now that we've got it down to almost kind of like a paste, I think this is as good as it's going to get with the blender. We're going to go ahead and pour this out onto a paper towel to basically squeeze out the juice. So also kind of filtering out some of the pulp, because we're not really looking to do beet mashed potatoes, we're looking to do pink mashed potatoes.
We ended up with a fourth cup of juice, but we'll start with only adding half because it's hard to judge how much juice you'll need depending on the size of the beets. It's important to add the beet juice before the cream because you don't want to end up with watery mashed potatoes. Once the potatoes turn pink, then add the cream to make it creamy.
How much cream, how much milk you add is really just depending on how the consistency you want of your potatoes to be. Makes really pretty presentation, especially for Valentine's Day.
Remember, contrary to what you've been told, I encourage you to play with your food. But don't let these mashed potatoes sit for too long because they turn the color Barney, unless you're into that sort of thing. Next week, we're going to continue making our sexy dishes using roses. Ooh la la. For more on today's show, visit MeGustaCooking.com. Also stalk me on Facebook or Twitter so we can chat.